And bam, welcome back to Miami Dolphins Mock Draft Monday. It's a little past Monday, but it's still the same essence. It's midway through free agency, and we still have a little bit ways to go, but we've got a lot more clarity, a lot better picture of where the Dolphins are going to be aiming towards in the draft right now. Welcome back to Nando Talk. I hope you are excited for the offseason as I have been. We have made some big moves, stuff like getting Jalen Ramsey, like moves like getting David Long, filling out some offensive line depth, getting Deshaun Elliott at safety, getting I'm forgetting the outside linebacker from the Steelers, Malik Henry, I believe his name is, complete stab in the dark. But we have a couple of new pieces being added, and it's fun to see the depth, the talent. Jalen Ramsey is a roster shaking move. I think it gives us the best secondary in the NFL. You can find the link to that video here. I've blabbered enough about it. But what really this does is, yes, we've lost a bit of draft capital. We don't have that 77th overall pick in the draft anymore. So we're down to 4 picks. And we kind of have a real sense of what the Dolphins are going to do. We're not going to go for cornerback, maybe DB, and we'll look at that. Jamie Robinson, I might come find you from FSU. But really, the Dolphins are poised to get best position available, except for offensive line. I still want to see an offensive tackle, and we're going to see this mock draft. We'll be checking this out. I already have the PFF simulator up and ready to run. I think we're going to be running 5 to 6 mock drafts today, at least 2 where we straight up just run with the 4 picks we have, with the second rounder, the 51st pick in the draft, the 84th pick in the draft in the 3rd round, then our 198th pick in the 6th round, and the 240th pick in the 7th round. We'll rock with those 2 for the first 2 drafts. Then I'll start doing some trades. I'm going to present maybe a trade down, as it might behoove the Dolphins to accumulate some more picks and target those later rounds, get some more depth pieces. We do have a couple holes still to address, and I think only like 15 million, 10 million left in free agency to really tackle it. So we've got some more work to do. So we'll do the 2 regular drafts, the trade down, and then I'm also going to be sprinkling a little bit of a tinfoil hat trade. We'll be discussing Dalvin Cook or Derrick Henry. Look what those trades might happen on draft night, how that affect the Dolphins draft board, and what we'll be looking at. And then, of course, if the 6th draft would probably be if I'm not satisfied or if I want to just do one a little more squeeze in there. But I think without further ado, after explaining the drafts, thanks for all tuning in. I think we're going to be set it and forget it. Bada bing, bada bang. It is Mock Draft Monday for those tuning in. This first draft that I'll be doing is going to be a little bit more just regular straight up. We have 4 picks, so it's going to be interesting what the Dolphins really do with them. I don't think we're going to go cornerback. I do think we are going to be targeting maybe offensive lineman, hopefully linebacker. That 51st pick is really going to determine how we draft for the rest of the day. Free agency review. And here we go. I'll be ready to rock and roll now. Just wanted to type that in. So this is going to be the first draft. We're going to be straight up just doing the 4 picks, no trades, just looking how the draft board shakes down, as we always do. So without further ado, hold on. Let me go back to settings because I need to make this turbo. Okay. Enter the draft. Thank God there's a turbo. All right. Let's go. Put that turbo speed in. Let's get that first draft underway. And here we are on the board. Remember, if you guys want to drop in some picks, if you have any thoughts, if you have any questions on what the board is shaking down, feel free to let me know. Not much change from last week. I do believe the Dolphins should target offensive linemen with the 51st overall pick in the draft. If Jack Campbell is here, we can run for him. But in this scenario, he's taken 44th overall by the Falcons. That Iowa stud. They don't make linebackers like him anymore. 6'5", classic guy who can cover on all downs, tackle as well, a beast, a behemoth. But other teams have realized this as well. So if that linebacker isn't there, I don't want the Dolphins to simply go and reach for a guy. A Dan Henley would be cool. But if you look at the board, there's not really any talent there until maybe the 3rd round. You can look at a Dorian Williams with that nice length, 6'8" arms. Overshawn from University of Texas as well. He's got some great speed. I think he ran like a 4.49 or something ridiculous like that. He really makes up more with his athleticism. to get after players, while Dorian Williams uses more about that length to cover in the pass, but it's way too early for them. So then we've got to look at offensive linemen. You look at Steve Avila out of TCU, a great interior offensive lineman. I think Luke Weipler and Joe Tippmann can slide a little bit into the third round, and I don't really want to get a center in the second round after how Connor Williams played. Um, so I do think Matthew Bergeron is the pick here. I've mocked him a couple times. I'm really just explaining for any new listeners, but Matthew Bergeron out of Syracuse, go orange. My guy is an athletic offensive lineman. Played more right guard, right tackle, but that shift to right tackle in his last years at Syracuse showed that he can actually play that position. He's got the athleticism there. He's got the mean streak needed to play right tackle. And in this scenario for the Dolphins, he's going to be our blindside guy. I get it. We're bringing back Austin Jackson, Liam Eichenberg, and I'd love to see them look like maybe compete for a role, but one role. I want to see them play for that left guard spot and address right tackle. In an ideal scenario, it would have been in free agency. We've missed out on all the top tackles, so it looks like we're going to have to address this in the draft. And Matt Bergeron at pick 51 is a solid guy. I think he's the best tackle on the board right now. I'm going to double check, but the talent really starts to slide off after this. Jalen Duncan is a nice guy out of Maryland. He's like 6'6". He's got some good athleticism to him, but he's nothing crazy. He's not Darnell Wright at Ohio State, okay? Cody Mach is a solid player, and he's been sliding driving upboards, I guess you could say. You can't really slide up. He's been climbing upboards, going from the top of the fourth round. After the combine, the kid has gone bottom of the second. I've been seeing might be a little too early for the Dolphins, but if we fell in love with him, I mean, I love his smile, even with the two missing front teeth. He's got personality, character, and he's a great offensive lineman to boot. Great story as well. From going from walk on 200 pounds, putting on 50 pounds to be tight end, then putting on another 50 pounds to be an offensive lineman. And now, like I said, creeping up to the top to bottom of the second round, gets a good offensive lineman, but it's still too early for that. So I think I'm going to go Matthew Bergeron. Sorry for droning on. Didn't really check in the comments, but I think the agreement is the Dolphins need an offensive lineman. So I'm going to go over here, get Bergeron, and see how it starts a shaking down. I love this new turbo speed feature, much faster than of old. And you see, like I said, Joe Tippmann out of the Ohio State kid didn't fall to here, but sorry. Tippmann is from a different school, but Luke Weipler is still here. Out of the Ohio State kid is here. So we're ready to rock and roll there. I like Weipler, and I would want to maybe kick him out to guard. If he can't, I have no real problem of moving Connor Williams to his natural position of guard. He did rank very highly at center last year, but hey, if he's a natural guard and you can put in Weipler, it's all about getting the best 5 offensive linemen. And going back to back offensive linemen is a little tough. It's a little head scratching, but at the same time, I feel a lot more at ease knowing that our offensive line looks something like this. Teron Armstead, either Connor Williams, Luke Weipler, Connor Williams and a center, Connor Williams and an interior offensive lineman, whoever you move them around. Then you got Robert Hunt at right guard, and then Matthew Bergeron at right tackle. A lot better than the unit last year. Even if they were, 22nd, I think, ranked, it still needs to be improved. It still needs to be worked on. And getting 2 rookies, it's better than not adding to the offensive line talent. There's a scenario where we can go to best defensive back on the board. Even getting a guy like Travis Hodges Tomlinson, the more talent, the merrier in the secondary, considering Andrew really asks a lot of it, and it's really his. I want it to be the best secondary in the NFL. I don't think it'd be corner, though. I do think it would be like a Jamie Robinson kind of guy. That would be a nice safety there. He's more of a DB. He's been compared to other great DBs of FSU like Jalen Ramsey, like Derwin James, really that versatile role that can fill a couple needs. And if you're getting that versatility in the third round and talent, that's a no-brainer. I really do think those are the 2 picks you can go. I think it still might be a little too early for linebacker. Considering we got our guy in David Long, I'd love to see us add a little bit more in free agency. It's still not over yet, and there's still some great dudes still in that free agency pool. But for right now, the running back, we did bring back 4 guys. I'd love to see some new legs in that running back room, but I think it might be too early to add. So I'm torn between Jamie Robinson and Luke Weipler. I'm gonna go Weipler just because it's that best talent available. It just makes the most sense. So we'll rock and roll on that. Now we have a much improved offensive line, honestly. Not a lot of movement in the last couple of weeks since the combine, but it makes sense. We really won't see much movement on boards until pro days, I'd say. Now we go all the way to the sixth round. This is why I'd like to add some picks in between then. A lot of talented players go between pick 84 and pick 197. But at the end of the day, I'm pretty happy with still getting a guy like Eric Gray. I am going to target running back here. In an ideal world, you get Keaton Mitchell out of ECU, that 4.37 speed from an undersized man, but an athletic football player, third fastest running back in the combine. And I'd love to see that speed on the Dolphins. Transitioning from Saturday to Sunday might be tough from a kid from East Carolina University, East Coast, ECU. I'm muffling this up at 1:30 in the morning, whatever. ECU, it might be a little tough to translate, but speed is speed. I think McDaniel could tap into there. But we'll get a bigger program, a little slightly bigger back, not as fast, but still a great athlete. Eric Gray didn't run the 40-yard dash at the combine, but tested very well on all the other drills. I liked what I saw with him. Nice fluidity there. We're gonna go for him. Get some new legs, some new life in this running back room. And let's keep going. And this is why I get a little sad. If Ricky Stromberg was here, I wouldn't. If I would have known that Ricky Stromberg would be here at pick 238, I would not have drafted Luke Weipler in the third round. I would have gone Jamie Robinson and gone home with Stromberg, called it a day, and would have felt almost as confident, honestly. As it is, I'm going to go with best linebacker available. And it does look like it's going to be Mohamed Diabate. I'm just going to double check just so I don't miss anyone. I'm going to add safety as well in case there's someone I like. Daniel Scott tested nice at the combine, 4.45 speed, nice in the drills. Brandon Hill, a little undersized, but great player as well. But we're going to go Mohamed Diabate, honestly. Best linebacker there, best defensive player out of the guys I filtered for. So we're going to go there and see how the draft rocks. Fans of the series will know that I've had this little combination line up for me before, but it's always interesting to see how they keep adjusting to it. And hey, we get an A. We knocked every pick out of the park, I'd say, except for the Diabate pick. And in the seventh round, that's really more of a preference thing by me. If a safety or a cool tight end, Will Mallory out of I'm looking at you, Mr. Hurricane. If there's a couple interesting players like that, it could probably elevate the grade, but I still think an A overall draft, 4 picks to hit the guys we need. We did it. Unfortunately, the title said we needed a safety as well, and I missed that in this class. The talent just wasn't there. I mean, it wasn't Jamie Robinson, but I needed more, and we went this route. I'd be very happy. We would know the offensive line is much improved with the new running back to boot. Considering a lot of these, free agent acquisitions have been on defense so far, I'd be nice to see 3 of the 4 draft picks on draft night turn out to be offensive players and have an improved offensive line, a nice running game, and then Diabate wouldn't exactly be Fangio's preferred linebacker of choice, but he'd be a guy he did have some input in, hopefully. So we'll get some nice talent out of that. But I do think Fangio is going to be a little bit more vocal in the draft. So let's see some more scenarios. And I'm going to get my charger real quick. Boom. That was fast. Yes. All right. So let's look at another scenario. Come draft night, no trades still. We'll use the 4 picks. Let's actually try to go offensive line, DB, running back, linebacker, something more of an easy split of 2 defenders, 2 offensive players. I do think Fangio and McDaniel are both going to try to be heard in the draft. Let's hope they're all happy. And rock and roll. Let's get it rolling. So again, we're presented with the interesting choice of going Steve Avila, Luke Weipler, Joe Tippmann out of Wisconsin it was, and Matthew Bergeron out of Syracuse. I think at offensive line, we've seen it really does dip down pretty far after the second round. There is some nice interior offensive lineman options in the later rounds, but tackle is particularly what's going to dip off. So we're going to go Bergeron. We just missed it on Darnell Washington, who goes at pick 50 here, literally right before us to the Buccaneers. Dang shame. And the Falcons, again, for the second draft in a row, go get Jack Campbell. That'd be a phenomenal pick for them. So, could really happen come draft night. Fortunately, the word is out on Jack Campbell. Everybody knows he is a stud, and his athleticism is not a question. That 4.65 speed at the combine really silenced the doubters, as well as his phenomenal drills. But we're gonna get best player available and fill a position in need. Matthew Bergeron, welcome to the Miami Dolphins. We get our blindside protector for Tua Man, or at the very least, a great offensive lineman that will hopefully be on the Dolphins for a long time to come. So we'll rock and roll with that. And we did go Luke Weipler last time. It's interesting to see him fall to the third round again, but we're not going to go that route. Okay, we saw Ricky Stromberg fall to the seventh round last time, and I'd love to see the Arkansas man be there again. He's almost as good of a prospect. In interior offensive lineman, their grades aren't too far off. It's usually athleticism that spreads them out. I'd be fine with Ricky Stromberg. So we're going to take the gamble. We go best DB available. And while Tre'Vius Hodges-Tomlinson is extremely talented, the TCU kid is going to be a stud in the NFL. I'm going Jamie Robinson. That DB role, that versatility and talent, that Wombo combo in the third round is too tough to pass up on. And we're going to go do it. Jamie Robinson, welcome to the squad. So Matthew Bergeron first, then we got Jamie Robinson. That right there gives us a nice little 1-2 punch of offense and defense. Both McDaniel and Fangio are satisfied right now. And thank God. Ooh, wow. This is actually a super tough choice. Zach Kuntz, has made a name for himself recently, and especially in the combine, the draft circles, his word is breaking out. I have not seen any drafts of him falling here at 197. Every time I would go for Keaton Mitchell, Keaton Mitchell. That speed is too fun to pass up on. 4.37, undersized dude, fluid athlete, fluid man. The boy can run. The man can run, excuse me. But Zach Kuntz is a different type of man, a different type of player. That would be a nice talent to get out of Old Dominion. Again, not the biggest program, just like Keaton Mitchell, but big time potential. When we don't really have tight end, and it looks like we're not going to be getting the bigger names. Dalton Schultz is going to the Texans. We need some more help. So, barring anything in the chat, looks like there's nothing. Guys, I think we got to go Zach Kuntz. Am I right? It's got to be the Kuntz man. Correct. Kuntz, you're too good to pass up on. Damn shame. I'd love Keaton Mitchell. Oh, but Will Mallory was right there in the seventh round. Big fold by me. I would have loved to go Keaton Mitchell and then Will Mallory in the seventh. Wow. As it stands, we'll get Muhammad Ibrahim instead. But what a dang shame. I would have loved to reverse that. I'm going to run this draft really quick, right back, just because of how, in case that scenario happens again. Before we do the trade down draft, I'm going to squeeze in another draft in here. Zach Kuntz, you see, though, it knew A+ pick. We got another A. Bergeron, A-. Jamie Robinson gave us a B. We got an A for Luke Weipler, but it balances out with that A+ knock out of the park for Zach Kuntz. And Ibrahim is a B+. We once again went 3 offensive players to 1 defensive player, but in the third round, Jamie Robinson is a big improvement from getting Mohamed Diabate. This toy would be enough to satisfy Fangio. The linebacker core hopefully would have been improved a little bit more in free agency if this is the route we go. But if not, we probably would go Diabate instead of Ibrahim. But I still very, very much so like this draft. Zach Kuntz was phenomenal. I was interested to see him and Will Mallory fall. Reverse, good Keaton Mitchell, and then Will Mallory. Uh, but I'm still very happy with the way this plays out. Despite wanting to go two defensive players, two offensive players, Kuntz is lovely. He might work to improve. Zach Kuntz. Hey, Martin Martina Davies, thanks for tuning in right now. Zach Kuntz looks like another Gesicki. He can't block either, but he might work to improve, unlike Gesicki. I think he can work to improve. Generally, those smaller school guys, they don't cost as much draft capital, thankfully. In the what? This would be the 6th round as opposed to a 2nd round pick for Gesicki. Lovely to see that. If he's a weapon, that's awesome. He'd work behind Durham Smythe while he improves the block. And a lot of times, those smaller school guys have room to grow. And if he can improve a little bit as a blocker, I'd love that. And at the very least, he's the catching threat behind Smythe, and we allow Smythe to be more of that complete tight end who can block. I'd like it in the 6th round. I'd like Will Mallory in the 7th round. He's someone who I don't think has as much room to grow. That's why Kuntz would be the better prospect, but you can't deny that Will Mallory would be a fun toy to have. And again, in the 7th round, I don't expect as much. I don't expect him to be as complete of a player as I had expected Mike Gesicki to be. No shade on Gesicki. I liked seeing what he did for the Dolphins, and I thank him for his time here. But would have loved to see some more improvement on that end. Great question, though, Martina. Thank you for tuning in. I think we're going to rock this one back. Same kind of constraints. I'm not going to do a trade down scenario yet or entertain a Dalvin Cook, Derrick Henry trade just because I want to see if those tight ends fall again, if that's something of note. We're going Bergeron. Solidify right tackle. Bada bing, bada bang. We're good to go on that front. Ooh, this time there is no Luke Weipler there, so we would have to go Robinson. I'm not sad at that at all. I'm very happy still. And this time the tight and at least Kuntz wasn't there. Let's see what Kate Eden Mitchell does for us. We finally get our speedster that I've been lauding and slobbering over for the longest time. Pause. Will Mallory was not there, nor was Ricky Stromberg this time. A shame. But this time we'll do the 2-2 split then. And McDaniel and Fangio were able to shake hands and say, hey, we went you, me. We're all happy. And we get an A-, the lowest grade of the night so far, but still pretty fine and dandy. Matt Bergeron at an A-. We know Jamie Robinson was going to be a B. Keaton Mitchell did give us an A+ again, and Diabate gave us that B. We went 2 for 2 in the sense of 2 offensive players, 2 defensive players, but we knocked out all the holes, and this is where the idea of the title really came from. I think any semblance of a draft like this, provided we get tackled first, I'm happy with, whether we go and splurge on a running back in the 3rd round and then use the last 2 rounds on defense, or we go that 1-1-1-1. I'm happy with hopefully this way, starting off with tackle. But if Campbell is there, or we fall in love with the linebacker, or there's a defensive back we say is too good to pass up on, go for it. I trust this coaching staff, trust McDaniel's insight on offense, and I trust Fangio's experience on defense to steer Greer in the right direction. Accidentally rhyming is always a fun time. So there we go. He's far cheaper in draft capital than Gesicki too. Which tight end would you consider at 51? To be honest, the only tight end I would really consider at 51 is Darnell Washington. Thank you for the question, by the way. Darnell Washington, that's 6'7", 270 pounds. Size is just too tempting to pass up on. And if John Embry goes, Mike, please, McDaniel, this is the guy. This is the man we need, the final piece, the guy needing the tight end room, the guy who'll make your offense go to the next level. And McDaniel agrees, I'm sold on it. I think tight end is a position as a rookie, it takes a little longer to transition, which is why sometimes using high draft picks, it takes a lot of thought to pick the right guy. Later round guys, you can take a little bit more of a flyer, whether they've got need room to grow as a blocker or whether they're not the most athletic. Hey, it's a 6th, 7th round pick, not a big deal. Getting Darnell Washington, I think, is the only guy where you can say, hey, that athleticism, that threat of as a receiver is tempting enough that I'm going to get him. But I'm confident in his blocking abilities to be able to be used day one, ready to rock and roll, and not miss a beat, not make me question, we only have 4 picks in this draft, the highest one being pick 51. Why did I use it on a tight end who's not ready? I think Darnell Washington can be. Luke Musgrave is another one who could be, but I don't think he's going to fall anywhere near us. And then Sam Laporta, I think it's a little too high to get him at 51. He might fall to third round. I still wouldn't want him at 51. I might not even want him in the third. Darnell Washington is the only guy I'd be planted with. Another great question. Dolphins have speed at running back. Do we need a power back? If we go power, which RBs could be an option in the 6th or 7th rounds? So in the 6th or 7th, power, we start seeing it really disappear in the 2nd, 3rd round. Tank Bigsby, obviously, the name matches the play style. He does play with a nice little size to him. Zach Charbonnet out of UCLA is a lot, I think, of those classic bruising power backs that still have enough speed. I think we're like a 4.52, 4.53, but he's 6'1", 220. He's got some power. Those are earlier, though. When it comes to later round guys, I'm trying to think, and it's not Zach Evans. It's one of the Evans. It's the kid out of Northwestern. He has some nice little some little power to him. But there's the back out of Ole Miss. He has some nice strength to him too. I'm totally blanking on the name. I actually drafted a guy in another mock draft, Eric Gray, who's not the most power, but he does have a little bit more of a frame to him than Keaton Mitchell. I want some power. I want some of that bruising nature. I thought Alec Ingold, even at fullback, would be used more of that power back in the Dolphins offense. Wasn't really seen to be the case. So I don't know if McDaniel wants that power element. I hope he does. It adds something different. If not, let's get some more lightning in Keaton Mitchell. But Martina, that's a great point. I'm going to keep an eye out in the draft for some power backs starting in the 3rd round. Unfortunately, I'd be amazed if Darnell Washington made it to 51. Yeah, in this past mock, he actually made it to pick 50. So close. I'm going to run one more before we look at trade options and see if there's any power backs that catch my eye. I'm going to pull up the full list at pick 52, though, because besides Bijan Robinson and Jahmyr Gibbs, everyone should be there. So, yeah, Zach Charbonnet, the power. Devon Achane, pure speed. Dwayne McBride, some shiftiness as well. Tank, power. Kendry Miller, speed. Deuce Vaughn, some speed. Tucker has some nice power, but that's more the 4th round, maybe the 5th round. He honestly might creep a little higher. He just didn't test at the combine. Interviewed with teams. He did actually meet with the Dolphins at 5'11", 211 pounds. Sean Tucker is a very interesting name to look at. Rashawn Johnson, Bijan's backup. He adds a nice frame and athleticism, a nice little mix there. Could be a name to watch. I don't think the Dolphins will get him because this kid's name is shooting up boards. Zach Evans is who I was thinking of. Okay. Who's the Northwestern kid then? I thought he was Zach Evans. He's Evan Hull. Got you. I was mixing up those names. Zach Evans is a great back as well. More of a kind of one cut kind of running back. But at the end of the day, he does have some nice power and a good frame to him. If I'm not mistaken, he's like 5'11", 210. No, 6 foot 215. Yeah, he's a big boy. So that could be some nice power. I don't see him falling to the 6th round, though. And it's why I want to explore, the Dolphins maybe trading down from pick 52, sliding down a couple spots, maybe in that pick 55 to 59 range, really sliding no further back than 7 slots and really seeing if we can acquire a 3rd or a 4th round pick and get one of these backs. Because I don't think they'll fall in the 6th round. We'll be left with these speed guys. Israel I can't say this guy's name. Israel Abinaconda would be a phenomenal back as well. The Pittsburgh player is just class, man. Utter great running back. 5'11", 215, another solid frame. I think 5'9" to 5'11" and a 195 to 215 is probably the ideal running back size for me. So he fits that mold. And then Kenny McIntosh is a great receiving back. He has some nice speed as well. Muhammad Ibrahim, Could be solid for us. And then you really Davion Thompson was supposed to be a power back, but he ran like a 4.73, 4.74. He totally failed the speed test. It's not going to really happen for him. And then Evan Hull has a nice mean streak. So those could be some guys there. Um, Obviously, all these guys are way too early for the second round. But you know what? Let's see. Is there a trade down option? And maybe we can get our running back. Now, these are all too far. So I'm just going to run one quick draft again. But it could be pretty nice. Lou Nichols III. I have not watched, and I should keep an. I'm going to write that name out. Lou Nichols III. I'm not familiar with your days, sir, with your game. Central Michigan. Okay. What is this man's size? 21 years old. You love to see that. 5'10", 220. Okay, that's some power. Wait, that could be pretty interesting. I'll check that name out for sure. Irving, what's up? Thanks for tuning in. Martina, by the way, thank you for all the great questions. I think with the signing of Eric Sauber at TE, look at Miami to seek a receiving tight end like Luke Musgrave, Sam Laporta, Luke Schoonmaker, or Tucker Kraft. Irving, I agree. We actually just got a mock draft where I think it's the second mock draft of the night. I got Zach Kuntz, the Old Dominion player, the great receiving tight end, and in the 6th round, and then the 7th round, Will Mallory out of UM was there. So I totally forgot we got Saubert. We did get another guy like that, Durham Smythe kind of role, more of blocking kind of dudes. And yeah, so boom, you stole the words right out of my mouth, my friend. Who provide most of the interior blocking, help Austin Jackson in the run game, and help provide in the pass protection to the rookie tight end. We will select early, doesn't have to. I don't know how early we will. I don't think if we don't get a Darnell Washington, I don't think we're going to go tight end too early. I think Luke Musgrave's going to go bottom of the 1st round, maybe top of the 2nd. Sam Laporte, I think, is too early to go 51. Not sure if he'll be there at 84, but there's some better talents there as well. So I'd be down to get someone. I'm trying to trade down in the draft so we can acquire some more talent. But like, look here, like Laporte is already gone. I think he would have just gotten taken. Unless, yeah, he gets taken by the Broncos at 68 in this world. So unfortunately, we miss out on that. I do want to trade down, though. I think we can maybe acquire a power back or get a nice tight end in the 4th round. Like Schoonmaker out of Michigan would be lovely there. Absolutely beautiful. I loved his interview at the combine. Okay. Aside from what he did in the drills, I loved the interview, man. Let's look at runners. Yeah, we're really only left with the speed guys. That's a shame. Next mock draft is a trade down draft, though. It's Let's go over a little. Drake Thompson gonna be a bad pick. I don't know why I just did that. William Hawkins, yeah, late night, man. I had a little late homework, so winding down. I figured might as well do some little streaming and just keep the vibes going. My throat's already regretting it, but it's all good. Got an A- on the draft. We did another 2 split of 2 offense, 2 defense. We're gonna try to trade down though in the next draft. I like this getting tackle, getting safety, getting a running back in the 6th round. And again, didn't find a power back. We went for the 3rd fastest back in the draft. And finding a linebacker in the 7th round to keep McDaniel and Fangio happy in this world. But I want to trade down. I want to get a 3rd or a 4th rounder and really see what we can roll with, what we can bring to the table. There's some great receiving tight ends. There's some great running backs in the 4th round, and give us a lot more flexibility. We can't slide too far back, though. We're at pick 51. The first I want to slide back is pick 57, 58. But let's see what we got. First, see the board, see the names. Campbell's not here. But we got some good guys. Maybe we can slide back at Zach Charbonnet. Maybe we can still get. Oh, is Bergeron gone? No, he's still there. Maybe we can still get him though. Wow. No real draft trades though. I'm gonna start this over, guys. Whoop! You didn't see this, but I want to trade. Give me a trade. Give me a trade. I cheated. It's the only time I'm gonna cheat. Don't worry. William, have a good night, man. I know I'm streaming very late. I'll timestamp this up all for everyone who decides to watch this afterwards. No worries. I just didn't want to have to edit in the moment. Figured a live stream was the easiest way to get this going off, especially with the screen sharing. So, oh, dang. Joining from England. Nice way to start the day. I'm glad you're tuning in all the way from over there. So that's lovely to hear. Thanks for watching. Hopefully, I'll keep the nice, good energy going for you. For me, it's 2 a.m. and I'm nice and perky. So for you at 6 a.m., I'm hoping this is a nice little good morning to you, Martina. Thanks for asking the great questions, actually. Hopefully, we're starting off each other's my evening or my night, your day well. Let's go. Let's see if there's a trade. We've got 5 presented to us. Ooh, immediately we see the Chargers one, the Lions, or the Giants. That's nice. I wouldn't want to trade with the Chargers, mainly because I'm a greedy boy and I don't like dealing with them. However, they do have the 85th and the 125th pick. Those are interesting to me. They will not be accepted. And ooh, that does have a chance to be accepted. So that's interesting. You see, we can acquire in this scenario, we'd slide back 3 picks. We would get a 4th rounder and a 5th rounder. Who would say no to that? Okay, we would be able to probably get a tight end and a better running back, and still probably get Bergeron. I'm going to see what would be here. Won't be accepted, and we won't be able to get as good picks. So, I'm probably going to have to deal with the Chargers. Unless they accept this. Oh, we got a 3rd. That's a game changer. It only was going to give us a 23% chance. That's a game changer. We do slide back 6 picks, and this might prove to be a little bit too much. But the addition of getting another 3rd round pick means a whole lot more talent for the Dolphins. I wouldn't be opposed to trading down and acquiring a 4th and a 5th rounder just because it means better players for the Dolphins. But hey, in this world, we still get Matthew Bergeron and we acquire that extra 3rd round pick. Cody Mauch got taken to the Chargers. He is shooting up those boards. So, hey, that might be a pick we even make it a 51 come draft night, and I would not be upset at that at all. But I do think – oh, I forgot to check tight end, by the way. Sorry, Irving. You see, look, Musgrave went 45. That's actually surprising. Darnell Washington went 39 in this world. And Sam Laporta is still here. I'm going to try to get him in the 3rd round, if anything. I don't think he'll be there. But salud. B. McD, thanks for tuning in right now, boss. We're good to rock and roll. But have no fear. We just traded down to the 57th pick. Went down 6 spots, but picked up the 89th pick. So the Dolphins now have 5 draft picks, and we still have the guy I wanted, Matthew Bergeron. Get that tackle. And here we have a whole lot more flexibility. Fortunately, Luke Weipler isn't there. But I'm going to go ahead and take Jamie Robinson. And then even here, I could trade down again if I wanted to, get more picks. Should I just go get Luke Schoonmaker in the 3rd round and make us a happy team? We should probably trade down and get him. Might be a little high here. Like Tank Bigsby might be better here, but I just don't see us doing that. I don't want to trade down and miss him. So we're going to do a little bit of a reach for the Dolphins, but I'd be very happy with this still. We would get our guy. And At the end of the day, there's such thing as a reach if you get your man? Probably, but I don't care. We get Luke Schoonmaker. We probably got a better player. It's all good. I still get Mr. Keaton Mitchell. I probably could have gotten a running back. Probably could have gotten Tank Bigsby. The Dolphins might very well do that. But I am happy with my choices. I can live with them. I'm going to be boring and go Diabate again. I don't care. What did you give me, Mr. Drafted Draft? D plus for Schoonmaker. We still get an A minus. Definitely a reach for Luke, but I still will take it. We're gonna trade down once again, see what kind of a haul we can get. But you love to see that. Here, the Dolphins. We got our tight end. Schoonmaker might be a bit of a reach at 89. We probably could have dipped in the 4th round and got him. But at the end of the day, we get our tight end. We get offensive line help, and we still get the running back and linebacker. Trade down, basically a free tight end. So thank you to the Giants for this. Let's do another draft. Dolphins have a lot of support here in England. As soon as I watched Marino play, I became a Finns fan for life. You are one of the lucky Dolphins fans who got to see Dan Marino play. And I hope the Dolphins fans of now get to see an offense as explosive as that. We had a pretty fun offense last year. Hopefully this year we get that consistent quarterback play. We get to see some magic. Seeing Marino, though, oof, lucky you. Dang. Must have been a fan for life for sure. And I know there's a bunch of fans in England, so that's awesome to hear. Hey, thanks for finding the channel. If you're, always enjoy the support on Nando Talk. I've always got some good vibes. Usually don't go this late, but hey, I'm glad it all worked out right now. Let's see if we could trade down again. Come on, Dolphins. It's a little too far down. But F it, let's ride. Let's say we trade down 14 slots. That's so much. Too much. Too much to even worth considering, guys. I'm cheating again. It's going to make time stamping and annoying, but. All right, guys. We're trading down again. Let's go. Give me a good trade. Oh, I forgot to put it on turbo. The Giants, welcome back, friends. So last time we traded with the Giants, we still got Matthew Bergeron, but we only picked up the 89th pick. So it had a 28% chance of being accepted, and it got accepted on the first go. So let's see, it was about a 4% chance. They're definitely not going to accept that. Didn't hurt to try, though. This still has an 100% chance of being accepted. That's kind of crazy. And therein lies the dilemma. Like, I don't want a 4th, 5th, and a 6th round pick in addition to all of this. Like, I don't think the Dolphins want all those draft picks. So here we're going to go for the 89th pick again. It got accepted, except this time we're going to trade down from 89 most likely. So we once again check the tight ends real quick. Jack Campbell got taken 51. Turner Washington 47th. Musgrave 41st. So we go Matthew Bergeron. Bergie. Let's go. And while there's some interesting trade options, probably we're going to go for the best DB and then worry about trading Jamie Robinson. Now here's the fun. Trade down. Woohoo, 92. We probably won't get too much for just trading down 3 slots. Let's go to 96. There's the 105. Yeah, that's what I want. If I get the 96 to 105, that will not be accepted. That's what I was about to do, though. Hmm. Hmm. What to do, what to do. So here we just slide back 3 picks, get the 131. I don't mind that big of a drop. Lots of talent around the third round, especially at linebacker, tight end, and running back, which is what we need. You are right. You are right. I'm going to get us a third and a fourth round pick, and we're going to have some fun. Won't be accepted. Come on, don't be like that. We'll give you a sixth. No, I don't want. I can't decimate the future draft like that. So we'll have to do it with the Bengies. A kid can dream. What? Alrighty, now it's gonna get interesting. You sure you don't want to just take it? Wow. All right. Let's figure out a trade. Oh, you accepted that somehow? Okay, we got pick 96, pick 105, and we sent pick 89 and pick 197. We resume the draft. All right. It's pick 96. We don't have pick 198 now. So I think I'm going to go for Tank Bigsby. We need that running back. We need that size. And Tank, you are the guy. You add a little bit different presence than the other running backs on this team. You are not slow by any means. He did run in the 4.52, but at 6 foot, 219, 220 pounds, Tank Bigsby is true to his name. And I like the power he brings. I like the moves in his bag. At the Auburn Tiger had some nice runs. So let's rock and roll with him. Now here, Schoonmaker is probably a lot more acceptable. We could maybe go Noah Sewell if he was there. JL Skinner was just missed, but we did go Jamie Robinson, so it wouldn't really make much sense there. I'm going to go Schoonmaker. Bama whammo. Now this would be a fun draft. Chris Greer wheeling and dealing, not one trade down, but 2 trade downs. Oh, baby, you love to see it. And I always get Muhammad Diabate. Aubrey Miller is nice out of Jackson State, but we're going to go D Winters with that 4.49 speed out of TCU in the 7th round. You really cannot pass up on that. So let's go. D Winters, welcome to the squad. Add your speed and versatility to a great defense that just added some awesome weapons on offense. And we get an A-. Look at the talent. We still slid down to 57 with the trade down, picked up the 89th pick, and we got Matthew Bergeron still. We got Jamie Robinson at pick 84. We trade the 89th pick again, and we get pick 96 and pick 105. We sent them pick 89 and pick 197. So we probably could have done a little better on that trade. It's only a B- of a deal. But we get Tank and Luke Schoonmaker out of it, and then we get D Winters in the 7th round. I love it. Those last 3 picks, Tank Bigsby and Luke Schoonmaker, for the price of a couple of trade downs. You fix the running back room. You add the power needed to the speed element, and he's a great athlete in his own right. And Luke Schoonmaker is that receiving threat that this offense could really use for not that much draft capital. And then you get the athletic tight end and D Winters. Wow. Oh, wow. I would love that. I'm going to do one more trade down. We're going to try to do this one a little bit faster. I'm going to try to acquire a couple picks, but I'd love trading down. And then we're going to still see that Dalvin Cook, Derrick Henry trade, I think. Let's look at the trade downs. Pick 60. Let's see how far we could slide down. Here we get give them pick 60, 192. Oh, we get pick 60, 92, and 131. What would this look like? Too greedy, Nando. Of course. I understand. What about that? All right. We pick up picks 60, pick 92, and pick 131. So a second, third, and a fourth rounder for a second and a seventh. I think that's master class. And we get a whole boatload of talent, hopefully. This is a beautiful trade down. Ideally, I probably couldn't have sent that seventh round pick, but it's okay. I don't really care. We still get Bergeron at pick 60. Let's go. Steve Avila just gets taken by the Bills at 59. Campbell at 57. Ooh, a big fold by me. I don't know if the Dolphins would have traded down if Jack Campbell was on the board. Maybe their thought was, Campbell and Bergeron and Avila, all this talent is here. We can hope to pass up on it, and hopefully our guy still falls to us. The Bengals got Isaiah Foskey, definitely not on our board at all as an edge rusher. But that's a little bit of a fold on my part. We still get Bergeron, though, so I'll take it. And I'll be happy with it, and I won't complain. What a fold on me. Stay boring. We're going Jamie Robinson. Get that DB, that versatility. Give Fangio a toy so we can be happy. At 92. We can even trade down once again. Honestly, I would not be opposed. What running backs are still on the board? Sean Tucker, I don't even know if he'll be there later on and if he's worth trading down for if we miss out on him. What are the trades? Let's keep trading, baby. Let's keep wheeling and dealing, bro. I'm down for it. I'm with it. Nope, didn't work. Come on, man. All right, we're just going to make a pick. I just don't want to take Tank again, He's a great player to have right there at 92. There's no linebackers good enough. Do I really have to trade down again? Because that's such a dumb trade. They accepted it this time. We got pick 100, pick 109. We sent them 92 and 197. Let's look at what we got now. We still get Tank. Or Schoonmaker. Nah, we're going to go for Tank. Hope that Schoonmaker's still there. Schoonmaker's still there. Wow, but Sean Tucker would have still been there later on. Great draft so far, though, I think. Dorian Williams. Now, here's where he can finally start going. At 131, I would not be sad at all getting this pass coverage monster. Cam Jones is nice. Ooh, Zach Kuntz is on the board, but we just got Schoonmaker. Why am I even complaining about this? We're definitely going Dorian Williams, but I'm going to check the running backs and the linebackers just to see what we could have done. The fact that Dwayne McBride is still here is interesting. Cam Jones, no, the best guy is definitely Dorian Williams. And now I think this is my favorite draft so far of the night. And wow. We traded down a couple of times, accumulated a lot of picks. I don't see the Dolphins being this nifty on draft night, but if I had the reins, I would be doing this. So I was very focused. We got an A-. All that wheeling and dealing. They gave that first trade a B. I think it was lovely considering how it ends up turning out. But we get Bergeron, we get Jamie Robinson, the standard that we've been doing. But Bergeron at 60 is awesome for us. We trade down again from pick 92, and we get pick 100 and 109. We send them pick 92 and pick 197. We pick up Tank Bigsby at 100. It's a much better grade considering we get him at the very bottom of the third round now. And then you go for Luke Schoonmaker at the top of the fourth, get that receiving tight end like we wanted to last time. Except in this world, we traded our 6th round pick for that extra 4th rounder. So Dorian Williams, those 6'8" wingspan, finally come into play, shutting down passing lanes, being a great pass coverage linebacker out of Tulane. My guy, this is one of my favorite drafts ever, I think. So I'm going to download it. I'm going to be good to rock. I'm going to rock one more mock draft with the twist. And this is where we get a zany, people. This mock draft, I'm going to be looking. It's draft day, pick 52. And we say, you know what? Hey, will the Titans or the Vikings be interested in trading away Derrick Henry, Dalvin Cook? I'm going to look with the Titans first and see if we can get a little Derrick Henry action, There's a chance they trade him before then. Dalvin Cook, the deal doesn't seem as plausible, so I'm going to try for Henry first. Ring-a-ding-ding-ding, ring-a-ding-ding-ding-ding-ding. Hello, Mr. Tennessee? Are you there? Are you reading me? I want Derrick Henry. What's it going to cost? And they're going to tell me, hey, look, Big 51, we're not interested. Holy Jesus. Wow. It's going to cost a lot. They're not interested in trading for the pick at all. So this might not even work in this world. All right. That's fine. It's all good. Is it they have to want to trade for it? That's lame. Dalvin Cook. If it is, then this segment is moot and we're just going to do a normal trade down. But wow, such a shame. Oh, okay. So it does work even if they're not interested. Okay. So we're going to redo this. Got you. All right. We've got the tinfoil hat on. What if the Dolphins call on draft night and say, hey, Vikings, a little Titans, you want to trade Dalvin Cook? You want to trade Derrick Henry? I already messed this up the first time, so let's see it actually happen this time. I take it to calling the Titans a ring-a-ding-ding. You want to give me Derrick Henry for just pick 52? I don't for just pick 51. It's just fair. They took it. They're dinguses. We get Derrick Henry for a 2nd rounder. Now I'm a little hurt. I think this might be a lot. Then again, Derrick Henry doesn't really need a vaunted offensive line. He's an offense on his own. He's a bruising back. He can command that power. And time will tell if this is a good trade. But I think that going for Derrick Henry erases the need for a running back for the Dolphins. I think it really erases the concerns of improving the offensive line. It erases the fear of Tua handling too much. It allows us a calming, steady presence, knowing I can hand the rock to this man 20, 25 times a game, and he's going to generate a great amount of offense. He's going to have some points on the board, put up, or at least set up this offense for points. And that's what I need Derrick Henry to do. So we trade the 51st pick in the draft for him on draft night, and it works. So now we see what the Dolphins have to do. And I think here's where our needs change a little bit. Yes, we didn't get that offensive lineman, in the second round. So do I want Jamie Robinson here still? Sure. Am I going to pass up on Luke Weipler? Not at all. Should a trade be in the cards at 94? Well, the Eagles have nothing here. So no. We're going to go for Weipler. And our offensive line, we still haven't addressed tackle. Fortunately, it looks like we're not going to be doing that in this draft. But we get Derrick Henry. I'm not as afraid of fielding Teron Armstead. The best combination of Connor Williams or Luke Weipler, depending on who gets kicked out of center. And then Robert Hunt and Austin Jackson or Liam Eichenberg fighting for that tackle spot, as long as the other offensive linemen like Dan Feeney and Christensen that we sign, yeah, we'll be fine. I'm not going to get Keaton Mitchell here. Bit of a shame. Ooh. Okay. Now, I could get Will Mallory here. He's a great tight end. And I'd have to study much more on Akeem Richards. But Antonio Mafi is a great interior offensive lineman here. And maybe I should have gotten Jamie Robinson if Mafi's here. But we get Weipler, we get Mafi, and we'll figure out what we do on offense. At least we have a little bit more of a solidified line. I never get Aubrey, so we'll go for that linebacker spot. Finally, some defense. But I like this Henry deal. They're probably going to grade it terribly, but no, we got an A. Okay, see here, trading for Derrick Henry and then getting Luke Weipler, Antonio Mafi, and Aubrey Miller Jr. is gorgeous. They love the acquisitions we got here. We really are able to fill out the offensive line. Maybe a little bit too much interior here. We would probably use Mafi more for depth here, but then it would allow Liam Eichenberg and Austin Jackson to focus on those tackle spots. It's not like Teron Armstead is exactly a picture of perfect health. So the more the merrier on offensive line, gives a little bit more depth if we have to consider kicking out Hunt to tackle because there is depth issues due to injury. I like this deal. I really do like it. Aubrey Miller Jr. is a great player at Jackson State as well. But Derrick Henry for just a second-round pick on draft night, this means the Titans, they really see some talent they want. And let's see who they get in this world. I forgot to even check. At 51, the Titans get John Michael Schmitz. They fixed that interior offensive lineman, great center out of Minnesota. I know he can play guard as well. He'd be someone I actually even want for the Dolphins. But in this world, we get the much better options. We get freaking Derrick Henry for a second rounder. Chef's kiss masterclass. And there you have it. Honestly, those are some pretty fun mock drafts. I think we could probably run one more trading for Derrick Henry. I think that second round pick, I was very surprised to see them accept it, but we're gonna do it again on draft night. And instead of going double offensive lineman, I'm gonna see what I can do. Trade. Oh, the Titans are actually a calling. They want the pick bad this time. Don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. It's all good. You want to get in the second round. That's perfect. I want Derrick Henry. This trade will likely be accepted. There is no scenario where we send them a second rounder and we get more picks, but I'm going to do it. Like, look at that. That's ridiculous. That won't actually happen. Yeah, I knew that wasn't going to happen. Let's say even we pick up this 147. This is just too much. Like, they want a first rounder potentially, maybe a second rounder. We'll get this fourth just because I'm greedy like that. But that's not realistic at all. So we get Derrick Henry. Who do they want so badly? Felix Anudike Uzuma. Okay, they get an edge rusher. We one up them and get Jamie Robinson. I'm so happy. Idiots. We get Derrick Henry and Jamie Robinson. I could probably go Zach Kunz here too. I'm going to go Dorian Williams, man. Like, we get Derrick Henry. Let's keep adding to this offense. I probably should have gotten Luke Weipler in this world then, but it's all good because if we get Antonio Mafia right here, I'm totally fine with the UCLA stud here. Juicy Scruggs. Mafi. Stromberg's here. I might just go for that. I mean, he could probably be there in the 7th, though. Yeah, I'm going to go Scruggs. Juice. I already went Dorian Williams. I don't even need another linebacker, but there's so many options here. Could I have gotten a tight end? Wow, we just missed out on Will Mallory, didn't we? Yep, that's a shame. Oh, well. That would have been the coup de grace right there, the last icing on the cake. Well, Ojukwu, let's go. John. B plus. But still, you get the concept. If you're able to trade for Derrick Henry on draft night, I think it'll be even a 5th rounder, get a little bit more offensive line help. My oh my, this is a team that can blow it out of the park, man, let alone contend. My days. I don't think we'll get an extra pick for Derrick Henry as well. But you see the magic that we can potentially do. So, hey, I'm very excited for this draft time. Tomorrow on Clock Blocker with Stephen D in like 6 hours, 7 hours, I'm going to be doing mock drafts with him as well. So it's a fun time. Stay tuned for this. It's going to be ramping up as we get closer to draft day. We'll be having more mock draft Mondays. We'll be having more little tinfoil hat Thursdays, little tinfoil hat talks and threads, and just breaking down more draft prospects. I'm excited to see what the Dolphins do. Don't count us out on making more moves because the Dolphins have shown us in the last 2 off seasons, this one included, that we're not afraid to swing. We are in win now mode. We've got a 2-year window. And if the Dolphins forsake all their picks, so be it. If they trade down and get some more talent, down for that too. If we trade up to get the guys we want, let's rock and roll with it. Whatever we might need to do, the Dolphins are going to make moves. I'm trusting Greer right now, which I know some people are a little tough to do. With McDaniel and Fangio whispering in his ear, those are the guys I trust. They've got the track record right now. McDaniel is building it, but it seemed to be proven so far. And Fangio's got a boatload of experience. I'm confident these 2 men are going to help Greer take this team in the right direction. So let's rock and roll with it. Let's keep having fun with it. Let's keep enjoying ourselves. Thank you all for tuning in to some little Nando talk. Should be going live again on Thursday. March 23rd is the 1-year anniversary of Tyreek Hill, so stay tuned for the Tyreek Hill edit that is dropping. I'm just trying to pick the perfect song right now, but got the tapes all cut up, and then I'll just have to readjust to the music, but for the most part, it's beautiful. So thanks for tuning in. It's going to be a nice little week so far, so hopefully we make some big moves, some big splashes, and I'll see you all for Tinfoil Hat Thursday. It'll be a fun time talking more about the Dolphins. Thank you for tuning in to this nice little mock draft Monday. Always a fun time chatting up with Dolphins fans. You know, the best place to be for the best positive vibes right here on Nando Talk. So bada bing, bada bang. Thank you for tuning in. I'll catch you all. If you want more positive Dolphins vibes, just feel free to check me out at Nando Talk. Like and comment, share this to more Dolphins fans. Help me get connected, more people in the chat, more questions. Thanks to people like Irving, Martina, you guys really helped me out tonight. Adam, Raphael, whoever tunes in, Caesar, whenever you guys chat it up in the chat, it's always a fun time. So thanks for chopping it up with me. Thanks for tuning into the positive Dolphins vibes. And I'll see you for Thursday. But remember, fins up, chins up, and let's go Dolphins. Thanks for enjoying.